Right, I have not played Mafia 2. Okay, let me rephrase that. I have not played the full game of Mafia 2. I played the demo version on the PlayStation 3, and I liked it. In fact, I was sure to get it right up until I saw my friend playing it. I observed the gameplay, the world 2K created, and the story, and concluded that I would not enjoy that game. Usually, I even like the cheaper B games of the gaming world, like Wolfenstein and Singularity. You know, those guys. Those cookie games that are almost great, but due to budget cuts or laziness or even bad design, they're not AAA. So why does Mafia 2 fall short of making me want to play it? I would say it's the minor things. The game looks awesome. They got the look and feel of the era down perfectly, and the story is engaging. But then there's the gameplay. So what's up with the gameplay? Well, it feels restrictive in too many instances. For example, the game prohibits you to use or even take out your weapons in certain parts of the game, usually indoors and on missions. And why is that bad? Well, mostly because I feel the game telling me how to play it, not allowing me to do my own thing, have fun, fool around, and interact with the world. And nowadays, weapons are the main things that allow us to interact with the world. And I kind of feel the need to test how plates, windows, lights, walls react to gunfire. You might say that the restrictions are there to prevent me from breaking the game, but then the game would feel even narrower, like the gamers are just mere cattle forced down a path. God forbid they stray from the crowd and decide to play differently. In that case, I would just prefer the game ending with a message: you have failed the mission. Would you like to load a save game? Instead of prohibiting me from using weapons. Next, I didn't particularly like the way in which the story is played. A friend of mine said that I just didn't get it. I should try to take it as an interactive movie. And I kind of think he hit the nail on the head with that comment. Mafia 2 is a very sophisticated interactive movie. There is nothing to do but the missions. Driving is only really necessary in missions. This is not an open world 50s Mafia game. It's more like a single story of a Mafia family, or even of a one man. And it's okay, but after we had games like Grand Theft Auto 4, yes, inevitably I had to bring up that game. And I know those are completely two different games, but I just had to compare them. And games like Red Dead Redemption, which were open world games, but from which Mafia could have taken a few ideas. The number one complaint I hear about Mafia 2 is that there isn't much to do in that gorgeous, gorgeous world. I fail to see the reasoning behind the decision to even make it an open world game if there is absolutely nothing to do in that world. I believe I will eventually get around to playing Mafia 2 since it's supposed to have this epic storyline, and I do have seen I have seen some of the story as an observer, and it is truly good. The jokes are funny, the characters have some real emotion and depth to them. However, it would be tough to get around the weird emptiness and cookie restrictions of the game world. The city of Empire Bay does not feel alive, but rather just a setting for the game. I have to say, it feels similar to the Godfather type of open world game, and even there were things to do beside the missions, like building your empire. Bottom line is, I feel that the game that provides an open world should populate said world with some activities for the gamer. As for me, I think I would be lost and bored long before I could complete the missions in Mafia 2. And I realized this was just a demo review and not really a review, but my thoughts on the game, solely based on my observations of the demo and my friend playing it. So it's not really a professional review or anything. And if I do play the full game, I will probably make a full review of the game. But for now, you would have to just settle for this demo review.